So we start September off with the end of the transfer deadline day, and we've been a little bit busy in the market. Let's take a look what we've got. Now, we were a little bit busy in the market this year. We signed quite a few players, and on deadline day, we might have made some panic signings, which I'm not actually pleased about when I look back on some of the numbers that are involved in that. So headline news is we signed Jose Macias, 18 million that deal could go to, but he's also on £110,000. He has to perform this season. I mean, so far, played 4 in the league and scored 2 with an average rating of 7.22. You know, if he carries that on, not too bad. Here is where I might have panicked a bit. Philip Coutinho, we signed for 2.9 million up front. It cost us 1.5 and it had a monthly, 3 monthly payments on top of that. Now, I've signed a 33-year-old Philip Coutinho as a fringe player for 55 grand a week. I might have messed up here quite badly. Now, I've signed him for that left side cover and also cam cover so that if needed, McAtee could play centre mid cover, who is normally our cam. So we get ourselves in 2-place cover through Coutinho. We're definitely paying over the odds for him. He's 33 years old. The stats are more than likely on the way down. I mean, his physicals are down there already, but coming off the bench, needing a winner with 12 finishing, 15 passing, great flair, you know, first touch is good, free kicks, dribbling. He's got some good stats still. But at 55k, we've overpaid 100%. And Dennis Serkin's come in as our new left back for the club for a £12.5 million deal, which I don't think is the worst thing in the world for a 23-year-old. Out goes David Zima. He complained of not enough game time. Fair enough. We have got 5 centre-backs, maybe even 6 centre-backs at the club now. A tester who had been asking to leave for about a year now, to be honest with you. We managed to get 12.5 million for him. I'm pretty pleased with that. And then Sam Gallagher, I mean, I loved him the first 2 seasons, but he did drop off a little bit. And to get £7.5 million for a 29-year-old striker who last year didn't perform really was a pretty good deal. So this is now the squad going in. We've also signed Jeremy Boga as left-sided cover as well. So that left side now is pretty stacked. So I think we've got the cover and the squad depth that we need to make sure that we don't get relegated. I could do with clawing back some wages. We tried to offload Pape Sarr, although that is only 36 grand in wages and £4.7 million valuation. I don't think that deal went through because of transfer deadline day. He's been complaining he wants to leave. I'd rather get him out. I won't be caught short because of signing the strikers to sign left and cam. Apart from that, really, now, this is the squad we've got all the way through to January, and I don't even think in January we'll be able to afford anybody until we sell anybody now. We're up in the wage barriers for the club, really. I mean, £1.2 million a week is the highest I've ever had the wage budget here, but it's still minute in comparison to some of these clubs. I mean, if we want to be fighting in the, mid-tables, 12 to 8s, we're nearly £1 million behind some of them teams in wage budget, so we've got a long way to go. We're spending more than our means at the minute, so we need to claw that back in revenue and in selling players when the time comes. But it's going to be a good challenge, so let's get into it then. We've got the rest of September to go through. We're going to play through the Spurs and Man United game. We'll join back up for the Crew game, 3rd round of the Carabao Cup, and then hopefully we'll go and get 3 points against Palace at the end of September. Let's crack on with that then and see how we get on. The other thing I should mention is that we did let go of Hwang Bolte-Young in the end because we signed so many people up front. I don't think he's going to get game time that he needed. So we've got a good chunk of players out on loan now. Most of these are relatively youthful players. So I'm looking forward to seeing how their development goes. We also did manage to sell Pape Sarr. We received, I think it was like £1.7 million to the transfer budget for that. And we also offloaded his 30k plus wages, which now puts us in line for our spending this year. So the budgets are good, the dynamic of the team's good, the depth is good. The only thing that matters now is making sure the results are good. And now we're going to kick that off against Tottenham. Well, our 2 games against Tottenham, Man United went a little bit better than what I thought they'd go. We beat Tottenham 1-0. We took the lead in the 9th minute and we held on all the way till the end. 3 points in the bag. 3 points that we're expecting. Fantastic. Man United, well, we got beat 3-1. And this one, though, is a joke. an absolute joke. We take the lead 25 minutes in with Dele Alli. Ashley Phillips is sent off for a handball straight red card from a corner kick, which to me, on the replay, it wasn't a handball. I don't know what's happened, but he's picked himself up a 3-game ban for a deliberate handball, apparently. After that, when you go 70 minutes, 60 minutes against Man United with just 10 men, they're going to come and get you. So they ended up beating us 3-1. But we pick up 3 points where we didn't think we'd pick up 3 points. So the positives are there. Next, we have Crewe Alexander away from home in the Carabao Cup third round, which I don't want to, obviously downplay Crewe Alexander, but that means we could get some big rotation into this team and give some of our players a bit of a rest, which is what we'll be doing. Macias with 3 goals for the season now as well is really pleasing, but I think we'll just give a little bit of rotation in. Obviously Phillips will serve one of his game ban, and knowing how this game has been playing out for me recently, he'll probably get an additional games ban on top of that, to be honest, because that just seems to be how it is. So the game against Crewe Alexander is tomorrow night, 8 o'clock kickoff. I'm going to mess about with this team and swap them over and give some players who've not had the opportunity to get in there a bit of game time and see if they can impress. And let's get through to that game, get through to the next round, and then we focus our attention back to the Premier League, to Crystal Palace, who are 16th. We'll be looking to take 3 points from that game as well. So we have a bit of a change up with the squad. Everyone gets, bar Doyle, I'm pretty sure everyone here, yeah, you can see lower down the appearances. Actually, we'll swap Caprio for Andrew there. So we get a new squad in there. It's going to give the rest of the team a chance to get conditioning back and some, health in the legs. Doyle will take off at half-time if it is all going well, so we can preserve him as well, because we just couldn't really find another deep line playmaker that I'd want to play there. So we'll go into this game and hopefully it's a nice straightforward one for us, and we're into the next round of the Cup. So here we go then, game's underway. We already have a shot, but it's not on target. 3 minutes into the game. Does Crewe go long here and have the ball, playing it around in the centre mid? They've passed it straight through. There's no way, surely not. What the? Whoa, what a save there from Reece Williams. I had no idea what was going on then, but it looped back towards that goal line and I did not like it. George gets that, but it goes away. Boga gets it again. George receives the ball from Boga. Coutinho outside the box. You know what he's like? Gets in the box. Oh, great save there from the Crewe goalkeeper. And that's our first shot on target. And it's also our first corner of the game as Doyle whips this one in. Anyone there? It's gone straight through. Coutinho now just starting to get in the game. George down that left-hand side. Can he find a crossing? Oh, wow, that's bad. Bruma tries to recycle it. Low one into the box. Dieng out to Doyle. Out to Boga. Can he turn? Chips it in. Dieng. What a goal. Nicely done. It's been coming. Took our time to get there, but it has been coming. He does catch him. Good tackle there. Bruma comes out with the ball after a pass from Doyle. Long pass over the top to Boga, who's unmarked. Cuts inside. What a keeper error that is. Boga does cut inside, gets a shot on target. Keeper's palmed into the corner of the net. With just a couple of minutes left of the game, do we get the opportunity to have another shot on target and maybe a goal? Chipped over to Wilson, who's missed his header. Swing and a miss with the head then. Bruma cuts back in. Good cross, Wilson! Exactly that. That is why we've got him as a backup striker. That's the end of the game though. 3-0 against Crewe Alexander in the Carabao Cup. We're through to the 4th round. So we go through to the 4th round of the Carabao Cup. But I tell you who doesn't go through to the 4th round of the Carabao Cup. Manchester City. I've just seen Chesterfield beat Manchester City 1-0. Does that strengthen our chances of getting further? You'd like to think so, if top teams are already being knocked out. Here is the 4th round. We're playing West Ham United away from home. So Premiership opposition now in the 4th round. It's absolutely possible for us to beat West Ham. I have no doubts about that. How are West Ham doing in the league? Well, they're 10th with 9 points and we're 13th with 8 points. So, we're only a point behind them. And we're in a bit of form here, I'd like to say. So, I easily think this is a winnable game. Up next for us, though, is the game against Crystal Palace, who are sat in 16th in the league. Eberezer won't be playing. Anthony Rebic won't be playing. Let's see how our squad looks like closer to the game. It is 3 days away. Right then, team selection for our game against Crystal Palace. We are at home. So jig the squad about. So back to the normal starting 11 for us. Only thing that I'm pretty pleased about as well is James McAtee finally has recovered from that pre-season injury and he's ready to be selected. So no appearances yet at all this season so far. He'll be on the bench and hopefully ready to go when needed. Yeah, just that's really pleasing to see that he's back. And they'll be able to push now Wharton and Dele Alli for a place in the team. So let's get into it then. So here we go then, game's about to start. Can we get 3 points? Can we boost our way up the table? Nice bit of form at the minute as Doyle turns it inside. Dele, oh good save. And Cabral, look at that, what we in 3 minutes 50, you could call it 4 minutes, 1-0 up already. Dele Alli turns, has a shot, it gets deflected across. Nicely done there from Cabral. Lewis for a long throw to nobody, a bit of a strange one. Crystal Palace now able to play it out from the back and play around with it. McTominay, ex-Manchester United, Wharton, he's picked it off him. Cabral's played it through to Dele Alli. He's bagged it. Hold on, there's an offside flag. We're going to go to VAR here, but I think he might have been onside. I think he was played on by a defender. Yes, he was. Get in. Sirkin gets a yellow. Wharton, Martin. Whoa! You can't do that. Zaha's killed him. Well, so going to half-time and come out of half-time. What on earth was Zaha thinking? That is a dreadful challenge from behind. So we're now playing against 10 men. But what on earth was that? Byrne makes his way out, plays it. We intercept that. Nicely done. Gelhardt really putting a shift in here. Only a 6.5 rating according to our stats. Cabral to Macias, who's knocked it in at the near post. A tidy little finish. And the game is 3-0. And I would say done and dusted. So let's get some subs on. 3-0 up. Nicely done. What? How's there a penalty? What's Edouard doing here? Where are they going? I have no idea what has just happened there, but it must have been an off the ball. Oh, wow. What a penalty. It must have been an off the ball collision there because there was definitely nothing on the ball because Phillips just intercepts it nice and easy. Edouard puts a great penalty away there. Crystal Palace has just been wanting this game to finish here. They played with 10 men for a full half. And there it is. The game is over. It's a 3-1 victory for us. Shouldn't have given that penalty away. It should be a clean sheet, but the stats are pleasing yet again. But even more pleasing is 3 points. So another great month for Blackburn Rovers in September 2025. We pick up a surprise win against Tottenham, although the performances of late don't make it a surprise, but it's just strange to see us winning points against the big boys in the league. Battered by Man United, fair enough, we'll get over that one. Through to the next round against Crewe in the Carabao Cup with a convincing 3-0 win. And then Crystal Palace get absolutely smacked about 3-1 victory over there, which means for the Prem this month, we take 6 points into the table, which means we're 8th place. With 7 games played, we've got 11 points. We're in 8th position. And, you know, joint 7th. If we won a game, we go into 5th. It's early days, we're only 7 games in. But the expectation is to fight brave against relegation. And if we look down at the relegation spots, you know, 1, 4 and 5 points would double them away already. A lot of the season to go. We could, you know, drop a couple more points and we could lose a bit of form. But so far, it's going all right. That's going to be the end of this episode, though. Next episode, it's October. We've got Chelsea. We've got West Ham. We've got Leeds. And then we've got West Ham in the Carabao Cup for a little double header against them. Cheers for checking this episode out. And if you've liked it, like the video. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss another video. And follow our journey with Blackburn Rovers. How are we going to finish the season? Who knows? You'll find out if you watch episodes. Cheers for watching. Nice one.